sugar, butter. Hello everybody, my name is Sabrina and welcome to my channel. I recently noticed that there aren't any tags for the Waitress musical, and I've become obsessed with that musical very recently. But yeah, so I came up with questions for a lot of the songs. I'm not going to include every single song in the tag because it is quite a lengthy soundtrack, and I'm just going to do my favorite songs. So let's get started. Hello, I'm there. Thank you. Oh yeah. Something's So the first song is Opening Up, and the prompt is a first book in a series that you thought was better than the rest of the series. And for that, I've chosen Illuminate by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. This is the first book of the Illuminate files, and I absolutely loved this book. I flew through it and really enjoyed it, but for some reason I couldn't get into the second one. I've tried on 3 different occasions to read it, and I just could not. I wasn't feeling it. I didn't like it, but I did love Illuminate, so this is my pick. Get myself in this mess. One drunk night and that stupid red dress. Oh, I love that red dress. The way he sparkles, it looks like an ass in an outfit.
Stay with us, John.
Maybe his machinery is broken somehow. What if his voice don't scream? I mean, wow, miraculous like.
Miraculous. To get away with no temptation.
Funny how some night can ruin your whole life. Don't go there yet. We don't know what the test is.
Just calm down, goddammit.
Maybe it'll all be fine. Maybe there'll be just one line. Come on, negative. So the second song is Negative, and for this I've chosen a book that a friend got you to read just because the situation in the actual scene is very funny. Like Dawn and Becky kind of make Jenna take the freaking test already. And for that I'm gonna pick my current read, which is Cinder by Marisa Meyer. My friend Bree over at Bookishly Bree loves this series, and to be honest, I've never been very interested in reading the Lunar Chronicles. I know that it's kind of sci-fi, and for some reason it just never catched my attention. I never wanted to read it, but she really likes it, and she's been like, you should read it, you should read it. And then I saw that Book Outlet had a sale of the box set, and I got the paperback box set for the entire series for $23. So I was like, okay, what the hell, I'll read it. And I'm reading Cinder right now, and I'm 146 pages into it, and I'm really enjoying it. So thank you, Bree, for making me read the Lunar Chronicles, because even though I'm on the first book, I'm really enjoying it so far. So with flowers in my hands, I'll show them all how goddamn happy I am. Sugar, butter, flour, don't let me down. Let's see the next amazing thing baking does now. The next song is What Baking Does Now, and this is such an incredible song. It's basically Jenna pouring her heart and soul into the baking she does and pouring all her worries away, and So obviously baking brings Jenna a lot of comfort when she's feeling down. So for this, I've chosen to do a book that brings you comfort when you're down, and the book I've chosen will be no surprise for anybody, but that for me is Harry Potter. I'm holding up Philosopher's Stone, but really any Harry Potter book can make me feel instantly good when I'm feeling bad. Harry Potter actually helped me a lot in high school. I had depression, I would stay in and read Harry Potter, and it would make me feel so much better. It's for girls, but he could be criminal. Some sort of psychopath who escaped from an institution somewhere where they don't have girls. He could have masterminded some way to find me. He could be colorblind. How untrustworthy is that? He could be less than kind, or even worse, he could be very nice. I love the eyes and make me laugh. I'm not a hiding. What do I do with that? Oh God, what if when he sees me, I like him and he knows it? What if he opens up a door and I can't close it? What happens then? The next song is Dawn's solo song, which is my favorite out of the whole soundtrack. So for the prompt, I've chosen a book that you've been putting off for a really long time, but you know you're gonna love. And for that, I'm going to pick A Torch Against the Night by Sabbath Tahir. I loved Ember in the Ashes. I read it when it first came out, and then I got Torch when it first came out as well. But I never read it because I was intimidated by it. I don't really know the reasons why I didn't read it, but I've been putting it off for a really long time, and I need to read it.
It only takes a taste when it's something special. It only takes a taste when you know it's good. Sometimes the bite is more than enough to know you want more of the thing you just gotta taste of.
It only takes a taste. As you probably saw, I don't exactly know all the lyrics to, but it is a song that I really enjoy listening to. And I think it's pretty self-explanatory, so for this, I'm going to do a book that got you hooked on the first page or the first chapter, or like just pretty early on in the book, it got you hooked. And for that, I'm going to choose Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. Since the beginning, it had me hooked, and I was never once bored. As you can see, I have so many sticky tabs because I adored this book, and it only takes a taste for you to get hooked on this book. Like the fact that this wasn't rushed or it didn't drag or anything, but it felt pretty satisfying, means that this is like a super well written book. The writing is beautiful, and I really, really loved it.
I'm gonna do this right. Show you how I'm going. Wherever you go, I won't have to fight. Oh, I'm gonna love you so. Oh, oh.
I love you means you're never, ever, ever getting rid of me.
You can try. Oh, but
I love you means you're never, ever, ever getting rid of me. Never Getting Rid of Me is one of my favorite songs as well. It's not in my top 4, but it's one that I adore listening to. And for that, the prompt is a book that you didn't expect to love, but it made its way into your heart. It got its hooks on you. And for that, I'm going to choose the Truly Devious series. I don't own Truly Devious, like the first book physically, so I'm holding on to the second book. Did not expect to love the series as much as I did, to be honest with you. I was quite uncertain what I would feel about it. I went in, not knowing much about the story, not expecting anything, but I came out being obsessed. I am obsessed with the story of this series. I absolutely love everything about it. I love the setting, I love the characters, I love the plot. It's a book that made its way into my heart, even though I didn't expect it to. And now I'm never, ever, ever, ever getting rid of it.
it's a bad idea, me and you. Let's just keep kissing till it comes to. Hearts stop racing, let's face it. Making mistakes like this will make worse woes already been there. I start running, it's time we just let this thing go. It was a pretty good bad idea, wasn't it though?
Bad Idea is my second favorite song. For that, I've chosen like a guilty pleasure book. And for me, that is A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro. So this series I went into expecting a little bit more. I had already read Truly Devious when I read it, and I kept expecting to get like a very similar feeling from it as I got from Truly Devious, which I did not get at all. However, I do really enjoy it, and I do get a very like a guilty pleasure out of reading the books, just because I don't necessarily love the characters or anything. In fact, I think Charlotte and Jamie have like a lot of flaws, and Charlotte annoys me a lot of the time, but I still really enjoy the books and I have a good time reading them, so it's like a guilty pleasure. So I Didn't Plan It is a song that I haven't listened to that many times, like out of the whole soundtrack. I think I've listened to it enough. Like every time I listen to the whole soundtrack, I obviously listen to I Didn't Plan It, but it's not a song that I immediately go to. The prompt that I've created is an unpopular or disliked book that you like. And for me, maybe this is like, it is popular and maybe I don't know it or whatever, but I do know that a lot of people hated this book, and that is A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. A lot of people hated it because they said that the characters were off character, or because the plot was non-existent, like nothing really interesting happened. But for me, like, I didn't see it that way. I know that this was a novella, and I knew that nothing of essence was going to happen, but I took it for what it is, which is like a little glimpse into the characters' lives after everything that went down in the first 3 books, and it's also kind of a bridge between the ACOTAR series and the new spin-off trilogy that's going to come out. I just took it for what it is, and I really, really enjoyed it.
She is listening, she's kind, she is lonely, most of the time she's honest, still make it beautiful high. She is gone, but she used to be mine.
She Used to Be Mine is another of my all-time favorite songs off of the soundtrack. It's just such a beautiful song. And the prompt that I've chosen for that is a character that reminds you of yourself. So the character that I've related the most from all the books that I've read is Lara Jean from To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I know that she is like a very relatable character, and a lot of people also relate to her, but I think that's what I love most about her. I feel like I relate a lot to her shyness and wanting to be in a relationship and wanting more, but being completely terrified of it. But I wish that I would gather up the courage to put myself out there. I don't know, maybe something exciting will happen in my life soon. Fingers crossed. But yeah, those are all the songs that I chose with all its prompts. And I realized that I actually didn't mention the 4th favorite song, so I'm gonna like give you my list real quick. My favorite song is When He Sees Me, then Bad Idea, then She Used to Be Mine, and last but not least is The Negative. But yes, though that was my tag, you obviously, if you love Waitress as much as I do and you love musical theater, please feel free to do the tag. I would really love to see what you say for each prompt. I'm gonna tag Bookishly Brie because she loves musical theater and I've been talking about musical theater with her all week. And yeah, she's the only person that I'm like actively tagging just because I know that she loves musical theater, but anyone can do the tag. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment and let me know if you like Waitress, what your favorite song off of the soundtrack is. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.